You may be already aware of recent mutant of Omicron. There may be chances of another mutant from the Omicron. The year preceded by Saturn generally indicates increase in robbery, increase of disease and hunger. There will be destruction through winds. There will be less rainfall than expected. And also there may be loss of crops. So there may be more earthquakes in this year compared to last year. There may be more death rates in the country due to new COVID mutant, or it could be due to earthquakes or fire accidents. Eclipse in Chaitra month generally indicates that artists, writers, musicians, dancers, goldsmiths and jewelers may suffer. So there may be loss of great artists, musicians or dancers. Especially the states of Mysore, Maharashtra, Telangana, Kolkata, Delhi and Punjab should be careful. There is also a possibility of heavy snowfall in Himachal Pradesh. Hi guys, I hope every one of you is doing well. I am happy to meet you all again through another video on Vedic astrology. We are on the verge of 2022, so I am here again with the predictions of global tensions and trends for 2022. I did similar video in 2021. Many of my predictions did come true, and of course some of them didn't happen. So I made a tabular format on what was predicted and what has happened. It will give you a glimpse of what has happened in 2021, and for me it is an opportunity to learn and improve my predictions. Before getting into the content, I wish you and your family happy and prosperous new year. Come on, let's get into the global predictions of 2022. First, let us see what was predicted in 2021 and what has happened. During February 2021, the Amazon forest fire was predicted. But in the month of February, there was no forest fire on Amazon, but there was a strong forest fire in Argentina, South America, which is also in the same area, that has destroyed more than 10,000 hectares. Then during February 2021, there was destruction due to heavy water was predicted. There was a glacier burst in Uttarakhand that triggers massive flood. Then major fire accidents were also predicted in February 2021. There was 4 consecutive fire accidents in Mumbai in February 2021, and there was a massive fire breakout in firecracker factory in Virudhunagar district in Tamil Nadu. Major earthquake during February 2021 was also predicted, and in the same month the New Zealand was hit with 7.7 Richter scale of earthquake. An earthquake of 6.4 magnitude hits Pakistan and its epicenter was in Tajikistan. The communal and linguistic violence was predicted in 2021. In fact, this is one of the most important predictions that were given in 2021. And there was a Israel and Palestinian communal violence in May 2021. And again between May to July 2021, we have predicted major fire accidents and earthquakes. There was a major fire breakout at HPCL unit in Vizag during May 2021, and there was multiple earthquakes noted in the same time in New Zealand, China, Delhi and Assam. And during end of 2021, there was heavy rainfall predicted for Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and there was a heavy rainfall in Chennai, AP and parts of Karnataka. So this have given you some glimpse of what has happened in 2021 with respect to what was predicted by us in 2021. So as per Vedic astrology, the new year doesn't start on January 1, but instead it will start on either March end or April first week. So which I will be explaining in the next slide. So whatever predictions that were given in 2021 based on new year as per Vedic calendar will holds good for the first quarter of 2022 as well. Let us quickly see that. There was a solar eclipse on 4th December 2021 in the sign of Scorpio with planetary conjunction, and there was also Saturn and Mars conjunction during March 2022. Hence there will be adverse results all over the world. And there was Kala Sharpa dosha between 5th December 2021 to April 25. This Kala Sharpa dosha is not good for all the countries. So all the countries should be careful about the next COVID mutant. You may be already aware of recent mutant of Omicron. There may be chances of another mutant from the Omicron. and there are chances of more natural calamities all over the world during first quarter of 2022. So there may be chances of death and destruction due to heavy water, that is heavy rainfall, which we already witnessed in November and December 2021. And there are also chances of floods and cyclone. There may be death due to poisonous gas, mining accidents, and etc. By this time I am recording this video, there was a major accident of vehicle travelled by Indian Chief Army staffs. There will be tensions and natural calamities in South and North America, Germany, Spain, Norway, North Africa, Washington, Baltimore, Poland, Persia, Ireland, Georgia, Holland, and Dublin. There may be life risk for a popular actor or film personalities in the first quarter of 2022. The import, export, commercial transaction and state revenue would improve all over the world. The economy, finance and taxation will again rise in 2022. As per Vedic astrology, the yearly chart is prepared based on the new moon day on Falguna month. This year, the new moon day on Falguna month falls on the 1st April 2022. Let me explain general disposition of planetary setup in 2022. First of all, the year lord for 2022 is Saturn. For the students of astrology, this year lord is calculated based on the full moon day in Chaitra month. So this year, the full moon day on Chaitra month falls on Saturday. So the year lord for 2022 is Saturn. The year presided by Saturn generally indicates increase in robbery, increase of disease and hunger. There will be destruction through winds. There will be less rainfall than expected. And also there may be loss of crops. And most importantly, the year starts with Mars and Saturn conjunction in the sign of Capricorn, which is a earthy sign. So there may be more earthquakes in this year compared to last year. Coming to the major planetary transit in 2022, the Jupiter will be in the Aquarius during start of 2022. But it will move to the Pisces in April 2022. The Saturn will be in Capricorn during start of 2022. But it will move to Aquarius during 30th April. And Saturn will be in forward motion for a while. Then it will start its retrograde motion in Aquarius from 6th June 2022. And again during retrograde motion, the Saturn will again move to Capricorn on 13th July 2022. And the retrograde motion ends on 23rd October 2022. And again the Saturn will start its forward motion and move to Aquarius in January 2023. From January to March, the Rahu will be in Taurus. But end of the March, it will move to Aries. Hence the Ketu will move from Scorpio to Libra by the end of March 2022. Now let us see the 2022 yearly chart for India and understand what is in store for us. As discussed, the year starts in the 1st April 2022, 11:54 am at New Delhi. During start of the year, the rising sign for India is Gemini. The ascendant Lord Mercury in 10th house with 2nd Lord Moon and 3rd Lord Sun. The Mercury is also the 4th Lord. So this indicates that the financial sector, the communication industry and education institutions will prosper in 2022. The 5th house is occupied by Ketu, aspected by Rahu and also Saturn. So the 5th house is pretty much afflicted. So this indicates there will be issues to the mentality of ruler. The children may suffer and the new births may decrease and the entertainment industry would also suffer. The 6th Lord Mars in 8th house with Saturn, which is not at all a good combination. The 8th house indicates mortality rate. The Saturn and Mars conjunction in 8th house is generally indicate high mortality rate in the country. There may be more death rates in the country due to new COVID mutant, or it could be due to earthquakes or fire accidents. So definitely each one of us should be careful without underestimating any COVID mutant. In India's independence chart, the ascendant is Taurus. So with respect to independent chart, the Mars and Saturn conjunction happens in the 9th house, which generally indicates problems in the religious places. But the good news is, according to the yearly chart, the 9th house is occupied by two benefics, which is fairly good. So the 10th house is also fairly placed, but however the 11th house is occupied by Rahu aspected by Ketu and also by Mars. So the 11th house is generally afflicted. So which indicates that foreign investments may come down and import and export may not perform well in 2022. As per India's independent chart, we are currently running through Moon Mahadasha Mercury Bhukti, which is quite good period. Only during the antras of Mars and Rahu between February to May, we should be careful. On 30th April 2022, there is a solar eclipse, which is not visible in India, but it is visible in the part of South America. The eclipse is happening in the sign of Aries and in the Chaitra month. Eclipse in Chaitra month generally indicates that artists, writers, musicians, dancers, goldsmiths and jewelers may suffer. So there may be loss of great artists, musicians or dancers. People in Bihar, Odisha, northwest of Punjab and Telangana should be careful. In Brigid Shanmita, which is the Bible of mundane astrology, Varaha Migra notes following in slogan number 35. When sun or moon occupy Mesha and it is eclipsed there, people of the Panjalas country, which is modern Uttarakhand, the Kalingas, which is in the coastal of Andhra and Odisha, the Surasenas, which is the Braj region of Uttar Pradesh, Kambojas, which is modern Tajikistan, the Udras, which is modern Orissa, the hunters, those employed in the military, and the men who earn their living by fires, all this will suffer. So there are two watch out time according to the yearly chart. The first is between March 2022 to June 2022. That is primarily due to the solar eclipse on the 30th April. There may be high mortality rate in the country due to the new COVID mutant, or it may be due to other earthquakes and fire accidents. Especially the states of Mysore, Maharashtra, Telangana, Kolkata, Delhi and Punjab should be careful. There is also a possibility of heavy snowfall in Himachal Pradesh. And again, India should be careful between June 2022 to August 2022, because by the time the Mars will move to Aries and conjoin with Rahu aspected by Ketu and also retrograde Saturn. So this is not a good combination. So there may be communal and linguistic violence, earthquakes, fire accidents and vehicle accidents between June 2022 to August 2022, especially in the northeast part of India. Now let us see the predictions for USA. The year starts with Sagittarius ascendant. The ascendant lord Jupiter conjoined with Venus in third house, which is fairly good. The second house is occupied by Mars and Saturn, which is not a good combination. Therefore, the country's import-export, wealth of the people and revenue will suffer. In the independent chart also, the second house is occupied by Ketu, aspected by Rahu and also Mars. And most importantly, in the independent chart right now, Rahu Mahadasha, Saturn Bhukti is going on. The Ketu Antra will start from February and it will be operating till April 2022. So the time period between February and April is not generally good in terms of financial sectors. There may be some huge market fall during this period. And the president will also face challenges in decision making. There will be solar eclipse on 30th April 2022, which is visible in the part of Argentina. So the state of Argentina and Mexico will see earthquakes and fire accidents between April to June 2022. The military and police forces, medical practitioners may suffer. The children of the state and entertainment industry will also suffer. Between June 2022 to August 2022, There will be Mars and Rahu conjunction in Aries aspected by retrograde Saturn from here. So there may be earthquakes, fire accidents and communal violence in the part of South America. Now let us see the predictions for UK and Europe. The year starts on 1st April 2022. The ascendant will be Aries with Rahu aspected by Ketu and also Mars. The 10th house in the yearly chart is occupied by Mars and Saturn and including Kalasharpa dosha. So the foreign trade and export would suffer heavily in this year. The ruler will face lot of challenges in running the government and there may be some disputes in the parliament. Some part of Brussels, Albania and also some part of Germany and Denmark will have earthquakes and fire accidents between March to June 2022. The health of the woman and foreign relationship is not promising this year. The condition of cabinet and general affair would suffer. Between June 2022 to August 2022, there may be chances of earthquakes, fire accident and communal violence in the north and the northwest of Europe. Now let us see the predictions for China. The year starts with Cancer rising. There will be Mars and Saturn conjunction in the 7th house. The foreign relationship would adversely affect this year. There will be warlike situations in the border with the neighbors. The relationship with India and USA will be very bad this year. Between March to June 2022, the health of the woman and infant mortality may increase. The military, police forces and medical practitioners will suffer. Definitely there will be a border issue with India between March to July 2022. And between June to August 2022, there will be violences in the religious places and there may be law and order issue. Now let us see the predictions for Russia. The year starts with Gemini rising. The 8th house of the chart is occupied by Mars and Saturn, including Kalasharpa dosha. So between March 2022 to June 2022, there may be high mortality rate due to next COVID mutant or it could be due to earthquake or fire accidents. The taxation may go high and the financial sectors may suffer. There may be border tensions that will prevail with China, North Korea and Kazakhstan between June and July 2022. And there may be high magnitude earthquake and fire accidents between June to August 2022. Now let us see the predictions for Japan. The year starts with the rising sign of Leo. The 6th house of the yearly chart is occupied by Mars and Saturn. This clearly indicates that there will be issue to the health of the public between March 2022 to June 2022. There may be many deaths due to high magnitude earthquake and there could also be tsunami warning. Countries' loan and debts may increase. The medical practitioners would suffer. The naval force, military and police force will also face a lot of challenges. And again between June 2022 to August 2022, there may be again chances of major earthquakes with tsunami warning. So the people of Japan should be very careful about health and earthquakes during this year. Let us quickly see the summary of 2022 predictions. The Saturn and Mars conjunction and also Kalasharpa dosha during the start of the year indicating the global tensions all over the world. There will be warlike situations at borders, death of masses due to natural calamities like earthquakes, fire accidents, cyclones and hurricanes. Saturn being the year lord, there will be destruction of trees due to heavy winds. And there is a Mars and Saturn conjunction in the earthy sign indicating major earthquakes. And the monsoons will have less rainfall than the normal. The agriculture will suffer due to drought. There will be solar eclipse on 30th April influencing sign Aries and Libra with Saturn and Mars conjunction on Aquarius. So it will be stressful period for military, police forces and medical practitioners. So there is another solar eclipse on 25th October influencing Libra and Aries including Venus. Between August to November there may be a danger to famous film personalities. The Mars and Rahu conjunction on 27th June to 10th August with aspect from retrograde Saturn till the end of July. There may be chances of communal and linguistic violence, earthquakes and fire accidents in many parts of the world. Part of India, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Mexico, Greece, Eastern Germany, France, Switzerland, England, Denmark, Syria, Ireland, Persia, Holland, Dublin will suffer this year. So these countries should be extra careful between March to August 2022. Wish you all again a happy and prosperous new year. Meet you again through another video on Vedic astrology. Thank you.